It's loading first, so don't play yet. There we go.
Grassroots Comedy Show. Thanks for coming and being a part of the comedic resistance.
Take a deep breath. Try not to think about death. The comedians are qualified. Your anxieties soon mollified. Strange times call for strange content, it's true. We present the Well, Well, Well show to you.
What's going?
Oh,
Didn't see you there.
I didn't either. Jeez, Louise.
Wow. Well, welcome to our pilot episode of Well, Well, Well. I'm Dana.
And I'm Chris.
And we are just so spiritually blessed to have you here with us today. We are so grateful that the universe has sent you to us in this moment.
Namaste, I have to say.
Yeah, I think it's, you can say it however you want. I think it's the namaste, just say it however you want. It's fine. We know that people need healing right now. So we thought, why not get some hilarious comedians together to share some advice? Because really, no one is known for better mental health than stand-up comics. It takes a very healthy, confident, normal person to go into a bar at night and try to get strangers to laugh at them, just like as a hobby for fun or professionally, so it's just, that's the kind of person you want to learn from and learn with, because we're learning from each other here. We're learning from each other. And so that's why we're so blessed with these amazing comedians that you're going to hear from tonight.
That's right. Thank you, Dana. And just in case it's not already clear, sorry as I arrange my spa towel. The comedians tonight are giving real life wellness tips during these current trying times. You might notice that Dana and myself are incredibly relaxed.
So chill.
And that's because we've been following this advice from our peers and from ourselves. So we hope that you tonight are not only listening to be entertained, but also taking diligent notes, because this is what's gonna get us to the other side of this thing, folks.
Yeah, this is all definitely advice you should take really seriously. I hope you're taking notes. And the good news too is that we have so many wonderful people gifting us with their wisdom that each person, they're only talking for a brief shadow of time. You know what I mean? So they're like building a sand mandala. And so if you love it, cherish it. Soon it will blow away. And if you hate it, okay, still cherish it, because it's gonna blow away. So what I'm saying is all of these segments are pretty short. So don't, just enjoy them or don't. And there's gonna be a little something for everybody, probably, or not. I don't know. We're gonna find out.
What I'm hearing you say, Dana, is that the segments tonight, each one is like a Tinder date. It could be fantastic. It could be terrible. It could be horrifying. It could be someone who you were not anticipating at all, and you're wondering, how the hell do I get out of here? But the good news is that, first of all, it's the internet.
Yeah.
And
nothing bad happens on there. So
nothing bad happens. No. And the second thing is it's fleeting. And well, the third thing, like we already mentioned, this is really good advice.
Yeah.
So all of those things.
And it's raising money for a good cause, actually.
You know what, Dana? I'm glad that you mentioned that. Boy, my spa towels just got them.
It's hard to relax when your spa towels like everywhere. Like we've all been there. You know what I'm saying?
But I still am relaxed. That's how relaxed I am. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about our special cause tonight. Tonight, we are raising funds and awareness for the District Alliance for Safe Housing. That is DASH. DASH is an amazing local organization supporting survivors of domestic and sexual violence. Ooh. For those who haven't heard, cases of domestic violence have surged around the world. during stay-at-home orders. And DC is no exception, folks. Dash is an innovator in providing access to safe housing and services to survivors of domestic and sexual violence and their families as they rebuild their lives on their own terms. So that's it. So your money tonight is much appreciated because you are helping people in a serious time of need. And that is not even comedy.
Yeah, you're just being a hero, honestly, people watching this. And if anyone's not watching this, you're trash and you hate people in need in DC. So that's really, let them know I said that, because I know they're not seeing it now, but let them know.
Unless you're a survivor of domestic violence, in which case
then you're not trash.
That's a pass. That's a pass.
Then you get a pass. Or if you can't afford it right now, but you could still watch us. Anyways, the internet's wild.
Few small exceptions.
But we don't want to dwell. I mean, we're so pumped to have Dash as a partner to raise funds for Dash. But we don't want to be letting negative energy into the yurt. And by the way, Chris and I are sharing a yurt. So this is our yurtual reality, because what happened was we're just having a cleanse in the yurt. And then they announced the lockdown and they're like, you have to stay in place forever. And Chris keeps saying things like, that's not exactly what they said, Dana. We're actually allowed to go home and like get groceries and stuff.
I do say that.
He says that. He's wild, but like, that's so Chris, that's so Chris. And so we've just been enjoying it, spending a lot of time together. We're just 6 feet apart. That's why we're on different cameras, just to like social distance responsibly while being in the yurt. So with whatever yurt or wildflower meadow or anthropology store or whatever place that your authentic self is inhabiting right now, we really appreciate you joining us, because we are all in this together, but not literally, because only me and Chris are allowed in the yurt now.
True. And we're just so comfortable in here. I have literally been farting for the past month straight. And Dana, this is the first time I've mentioned it. You haven't even noticed, I don't think.
It's not that I didn't notice. It's that I'm trying to let your body do what it wants to do authentically. And in your case, that seems to be mostly farting.
Free spirit, after all.
It's wild. Now it's free and wild. It's free and wild.
Great. Don't try and get me in a corner, Dana, about this farting situation, because there are none. Because
you're in a yurt. Yurts around. What's been your favorite part of yurt life with me, Chris? Like, be honest.
I'm happy you asked that, Dana. Probably just, I don't know. I would say assembling things, organizing things and reorganizing things. I have a lot of items from Africa.
Sure.
A lot of items from Africa, which are really make nice decorations. So I've been decorating and redecorating. What about you, Dana?
Yeah, I mean, that actually reminds me of my favorite part of being in the yurt, which is that yurts and just wellness culture generally are in no way being appropriated from powerful Eastern traditions and monetized for the West. Like, it's not like we're exploiting them for capitalism at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're just like being our authentic selves, and that makes it totally fine. So I really love that about it.
Totally get that.
Totally get it.
I could go for a West African drum.
We all could. I mean, if anyone's listening and has one, like, we're just trying to jam, we're just trying to jam out in the yurt, fam. I just think it's a good time to do the show, and, we'll hand it over to some of our guests soon, but I know it's a tough time out there. And what I've been saying for a long time is that crying is the new not crying. I've been saying that since 2016. I think finally it's catching on. I don't want to, have this be a toxic negative environment. I want us to detox with D's talks. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are just coming in, they're sharing their wisdom, but there are some silver linings. So it's cool to feel your feelings again, not too much, like, don't dwell and bring us all down, but like, feel your feelings. But also there's some good stuff that's come out of this.
I was reflecting just the other day about back in the day, early 2016, I would be out in public and I'd be thinking about something that would just really bum me out, really get me down. And I would say, no, Chris, hold back those tears. You're in public. And now
Yep.
It's like, perfect. I'm in public. Now I can fit in with everyone else. This is
Yeah.
great. It's like we're all going through therapy together
Yeah.
at once.
Speaking of which, I did invite my therapist to the show. I'm not sure if she watched it, but just like the hustle doesn't stop even when you're crying and talking about your deepest insecurities. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Absolutely.
wild.
Absolutely. That's crazy.
I've had some good stuff too. Like I can now spell the word apocalypse successfully, like more consistently, because it's a toughie. It's
Yeah.
a tough one.
Yeah.
But now I've pretty much got it down. So that's been cool.
Wow.
I also like how
documentism.
old-timey habits have come, like old-timey pastimes have come back. Like, bitch, if you like needlepoint, this is your moment. Like, get in the zone. You know what I mean? Just blast some Cab Calloway, do some needlepoint, do a jigsaw puzzle. Like,
Yeah.
pretend you don't have electricity. Like, if you're into that lifestyle, this is your time to shine.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I also like that I think society's finally come around on the important issue of pants. It's like, it seems like we've been moving in the right direction, right? Progress is slow. I get that. You know, it's a marathon, not a sprint for those who exercise. I don't know what that's about, but you know, it's like at first we thought leggings were okay. And now it's like a big deal if you put pants on at all. So I think by the end of this, we're going to be in a pants-free society that's a lot stronger than when we started.
What I'm hearing out of that is lower standards.
Yeah.
Just going back to the Tinder analogy, I think that this is all getting us into a better, more tolerable place if we just have no expectations for any kind of standards.
Yeah, what a deep thing to say. Yeah, go on.
Hey, Dana, do you think we should start our show?
I do.
Me too.
Oh my God, we're so vibing in the yurt.
We're so connected here in this yurt. Okay, great. Well, our first performer tonight, everybody. Boy, am I excited about this guy. This guy's been doing comedy for a very, very long time. You can see him all over the world, but especially you can see him at robertmac.com.
That's his name and his website.
That's his name.
He's so there.
Isn't that nice? So with no further ado, please welcome Robert Mack.
Yay, Robert.
Yay, there he is.
Hi, everybody. I'm Robert Mack from robertmac.com, and I want to thank all of you for logging in tonight. I know you didn't have to. You could have gone to your living room and turned your brain off and stuck your head in front of that rectangle with the endless parade of changing characters that turns your brain into mush, right? Stupid books. And when you're a professional communicator, of which being good at, I am one of them, guys, I'm a motivational speaker and I'm really good. I speak to people and 5 minutes later, they're on their feet, motivated out of the building to do something better with their lives. Sometimes they're even running. That's how good I am. I have the key that unlocks doors in people's minds. Why do you think they call me Dorky? Okay, because my mom, Pat, keeps my Star Wars action figures locked up in another room? No, that's just because she's social distancing them from me, all right? I motivate people to do good things and I wean them off their bad habits. I'm a huge wiener. You can go online and Google it up, huge wiener, and tell me what you see, right? Probably moi. And one of those most popular talks that I give is called Stress Less with Robert Mack. I do this talk at seminars all over the country. And what it is are tips on how you can laugh and use other techniques to reduce stress to make your day more pleasurable. I have created 31 different stress reduction techniques, one for every hour of the day and day of the week when you put them together. And they're called Stress Less with Robert Mack. And we have some of them lined up that Chris and Dana have picked out ahead of time. And so let's take a couple sample looks at these little techniques that everyone can do to stress less. And thanks again for being here. And roll it. Hi, I'm Robert Mack from robertmac.com. If you're like me, and you aren't, I mean, some of you are younger than I am. I'm not younger than I am, not anymore, not for a long time. And half of you are women. I'm not a woman, obviously. not for a long time, right? I'm not a woman. I'm not younger than I am. I'm not bald. I'm not Latino. I'm not all tattooed up. I don't have a big beard. I'm nothing like you people, okay? Sorry. Anyway, if you're like me, you're probably stressed out these days, which is why starting tomorrow, I am going to be posting anxiety reduction techniques right here for just 3 easy payments of $5.99 each. No, they're free. They're absolutely free, and they're fun, and they do work. A couple of years ago was Stress Awareness Month, and I made a fun stress reduction video for every day of the month. And I'll be reposting those starting tomorrow right here. I hope to see you. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Robert Mack from robertmack.com. April is Stress Awareness Month, and now that you're aware that you need to be stressed all month long, let me tell you that I have 31 stress reduction techniques, one for every hour of the day and day of the week when you put them together. Some are more fun than others, but they all work. And this first one only takes 2 minutes. Just stand up. Metabolism slows down when you sit. Standing improves circulation, which helps with fat burning and improves good cholesterol. Some studies say that standing up for just 2 minutes every half hour will add years to your life. A couple of weeks ago, my mom, Pat, changed laundry day without telling me, but that's not important. What's important is that I didn't have my airport socks. So at the airport, I went to a store and saw that they had desks, not regular desks, but these desks that you hit a button or pull a lever. The details aren't important. What's important is that it turns into a standing desk, which makes you healthier. And they say standing desks make people more efficient, and everybody could be more efficient, especially people who shop for furniture at the airport. It's kind of a stupid idea, and I'm an expert on stupid ideas. So we'll see you tomorrow. You can sit down now. One of the simplest and most effective ways to reduce stress is by breathing. B, block out all the noise. R, relax. E, etc. It's how you breathe, in and out. I know you've got a stressful day that you need to get back to. And if you don't have breathing figured out at this point in the game, then stress probably isn't your top concern. But just remember, some focused, deep breaths can really help. We'll see you tomorrow. I love food, and because I'm a semi-successful non-celebrity, I have food almost every day. Healthy foods are a healthy way to de-stress. Americans love junk food, and it doesn't take much to get in the habit of having fruit or carrot sticks instead, and the payoff is enormous. Good food is good mood. Good foods help your resiliency and your ability to bounce back. I've always tried to eat healthier foods. When I was a kid, we had veggie burgers until the cows came home, which we turned into regular burgers. Delicious. So have a healthy snack. The formula for stress is simple. The amount of time it takes to do everything that needs to get done is less than the number of hours in that day. But if you managed your time better, for instance, scheduled your time rather than your tasks, and delegated work to others, you can beat the clock. I didn't graduate from the University of Arizona with a degree in systems management at all, but I did come up with a number of great ideas in my new book, 68,426 Steps to a Simpler Life. And one of them is, don't let the clock stress you out.
Wow.
Wow.
I feel the most, and I just want to clarify that in Robert's first tip, when he said stand up more, he did not mean to try stand-up comedy. That is a terrible idea for everyone.
That'll do the opposite of relieving stress. Don't do that.
Don't do it. But the rest of the things were good, except when he said that it was easy to eat carrots instead of junk food. That part did not resonate with me.
That was silly. That was a silly tip.
That was probably his comedy coming through where he's like, it's easy to eat healthy. And I'm like, oh my God, you're wild. You know what I'm saying? He's crazy.
A wild jokester, but you follow most of his advice.
Yeah, you probably should.
Yeah.
Speaking of advice, that's amazing. We have another just healer to share with you. And this lady has a job, humble brag, okay?
Right.
And she knows how to work that job. So it's going to be pretty cool to hear some work from home hacks with her. So please enjoy Blair Postman and her work from home hacks.
Here she comes. Take it away, Blair.
Hi everyone, I'm Blair Postman, and we're going to learn how to work from home happy today. It can be hard keeping those real human connections alive with colleagues when everyone's working remotely, like I am with my job for the Bank of Martinique. So I encourage folks to inject a little personality into their communications with colleagues when everyone's working from home, like I have with these quarantine-themed memes starring my very own cats. I call them Quarn memes. Now first, let me introduce you to the two guys who are making this all possible, Jack and Max. Jack is sporty. He's sort of rough and tumble. You know, a real devil-may-care spirit. And Maxwell, he's more of the poet of the two brothers. He's a lover, not a fighter. Now I'm going to show you just a quick selection of the memes that I've been making since the very first day we started working from home at the Bank of Martinique. Okay, now here was just the second meme I made. And by the response it got, at least 3 smiley faces on the email chain, I'd say it was a pretty big hit. Now, of course, it's not for everyone. Did George in sales say something like, I don't get it? Yeah, he did. Now we'll just add that to the list of things that George doesn't get. Like my idea for this awesome ad campaign where we say, hey, maybe sometimes the best way to renovate your house is just to buy a new one. Right? Boost mortgages. I think it'd be a pretty big damn hit, right? I think everyone would appreciate a bank being real for once. Like, no, don't renovate. It's a shithole. You know what I don't get? George's face. Okay, this next one was from day 9, and I'm pretty proud of it. I mean, look at these guys. Look at these guys. They're in a drawer. They're in a drawer, and they're just peeking out. They're just peeking out. They're a little bit scared. And I think it's super relatable, right? We're all going to feel a little weird when it's time to go back and be normal again. Now, only one person commented cute kitties about this one, and then someone liked that post that they made, which seemed a little bit like a pity post, but whatever, I don't care, because this is Olympic gold medal cat meme content, kids. They don't know what they're doing. I don't know, maybe people were busy that day. Now, day 18 was not just about being adorable and like connecting with friends, but also to get out an important message that all of us should be following about social distancing, right? I mean, adorable and important. But most of my team just asked if that was really my husband. I mean, what does that mean? Like, I don't know if they thought I wasn't really married this whole time. I've worked there for years. I mean, I brought him to Christmas party. I mean, what do they think? They think like the first Christmas party years ago, I hired him like an actor to pretend to be my boyfriend because I didn't want to be alone like they do in those movies. And then it just kept escalating and escalating and escalating. And I'm still paying right now to be my husband at this moment, even as we sit here today, because that would be fucking crazy. Anyway, cute meme. Now in this next one, it's just from like a week ago. It's I think day 29, and it's just like a little observational humor, something relatable, something a lot of us are probably going through, right? You know how we all have those people in our neighborhoods now who are always looking out their windows to make sure the rest of us are social distancing while we go on our walk just to taste a small breath of freedom every afternoon. And Helene in marketing was the only one who wrote back, and she said, don't they have anything else better to do? Like, did Helene mean, do the cats have anything else better to do? Or the people in our neighborhood? Is she supporting me? Is she undermining me? Is she talking shit about my cats? Because if she is talking shit about my cats, we're gonna have a problem. I mean, you can't hide in the quarantine forever. Eventually, we're gonna get back to the office. And that's where scores will be settled. Well, I hope that's helped all of you learn a little something about how to make working from home a little bit more okay and feel a little bit more connected. I'll see you back on the outside. Remember, don't take any shit from anybody.
Wow.
Wow.
What an inspiration. I mean, she was getting pretty serious there, you know what I'm saying? And I was amused.
I was just thinking that very thing. I was also thinking, I think I might take a cat somewhere. Maybe just for a walk. You know, I don't want to adopt one because I'm allergic, but I'd like to interact with more cats.
Would you like my cats? Because I have 2 and I'm tired of them.
I'm definitely very allergic. But
yeah, me too, actually. That's a true story.
You know what? Also, fuck it, right? Because we're in a new place right now. It's new, and you know what? We also live in a yurt together.
Yeah, I think that they'd have plenty of space in the yurt. And just to let you know, because you love Blair, you're inspired by her. You want to see her again. She's performed at the New York Comedy Club. She was in San Francisco Sketch Fest. And you can catch her because she's actually doing Instagram live comedy shows involving animals. I'll be on there in a couple weeks with my pets. Okay. And that's every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So you can follow her at B Postman, as in the Postman Comedy. Now it's post people. Anyone can be a post person, but that's her name. So it's not like she
can deliver the mail. She doesn't even do that.
She doesn't deliver the mail, though. Those people.
What do these terms even mean? You know?
Or female. I'm just saying gender's a construct and her last name has man in it, just like mine does. So stop making it weird. Okay. At the Postman Comedy, all one word. So definitely give her some follows, check her out because she's hilarious and has some really solid advice. And I can't wait to see what meme she comes up with next.
Hey, you know what, Dana? Speaking of solid, now is a really good time to have lots of toilet paper and stock up because sometimes things aren't so solid, right? And even when they are, still a good idea to have toilet paper.
We share a bathroom right now, and I'm not happy with what you're saying, but go on.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll work on that. What I am saying, aside from using all your toilet paper and your loofah, which we've been over, is that sometimes it's nice to have alternatives to toilet paper so we're not so dependent on it. Our next performer will tell us a little bit about such an alternative. It's called a bidet. So with no further ado, please welcome Grassroots Comedy's very own Lauren Cantrell, who's going to tell us a little bit about living well with Lauren Cantrell.
Ooh.
Here she is. Hi, Lauren. You're on mute. That's so silly.
Hi, Chris. I thought I was going on after this. What a fun surprise.
Well, here you are right now. Surprise.
Yeah. Well, now that I am here now, I just wanted to tell you, I hope you guys enjoy these like amazing tips you're about to get. I'm hanging out with this boy over here, Toilet John, and I'm going to teach you how to do things right in the bathroom, if you know what I'm saying.
Hey, Lauren, can I ask you a question? what's Toilet John doing right and what is he doing wrong as far as installing a bidet?
Well, first of all, when I installed my bidet, I did not put my legs into the toilet. And I think having the ability to bend outside of the toilet helps. Also, he's not wearing his face covering correctly. He should be using it to pull his bangs up out of his eyes, but instead he's pressing it down in like a fashion sense.
Fair enough.
So that's a no-no.
And what is he doing? What is he doing right?
Okay, that's a very good question. The plunger is a secret tool you can use to tighten screws, loosen screws, hammer. Really, the plunger can do so much. And so he is showing you here that it's just a tool. It's like a Swiss Army knife, but for your toilet.
Wow. I've always wanted one of those. Well, thanks, Lauren. Well, no further ado. Let's see this video.
All right, bye. Thank you.
Completely install this bidet all by myself. It's because I'm a plumber. Nothing like beer and toilets for me. It's my favorite. It's called the Precious One. Oh, hi. That was a funny video. Why did I get the bidet, you ask? Because they were out of toilet paper online. I could only find this. It's bamboo toilet paper. You can't use that for very long, so I installed my bidet. What can I say about it? Okay, can you come in here and watch me? But you don't have to stare at me, I just want you to be near me. Yes, why did I get this bidet? You're probably asking. You can do all sorts of fun things, not just wipe your booty hole with water. Let me show you something else you can do. This is gonna be sick. I'm scared. No good. Do it. Got it. Pushed it. How about a poem? So here we go. A poem. Ho ho, hey hey. You came for poems, you got a bidet. We are gathered round this porcelain throne. A bidet can help you feel less alone. A jet stream of water shooting at your booty. It's like a little helper arriving for duty. These times are weird. These times are crazy. If you use toilet paper, then you're lazy. Install a bidet and I can help you. Just call me. Tonight was a blast. We learned a new thing. Please donate to Dash. Hashtag bling bling. And I know the big question that everyone's wondering is this plumber girl single? The answer is yes, my friends. I'll be right down here in the Zoom chat. And I'm ready to date. Bye. Good? Virtually.
People are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Wow.
Wow.
I learned so much.
Boy,
And
me
she's
too.
like my bidet. You know what I'm saying? Can you believe she's single? Like, what?
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. The whole time I was watching this, I was wondering two things. A, is she gonna read a poem?
Yeah.
And B, is she single? And you know, that video answered both of those questions. So thank
He's
goodness.
a sexy DIY plumber who's like a banging ginger. Like, it just doesn't make sense. DC's wild. Anyways, we're hearing from the people in the chat are asking for her number. So maybe
Oh my goodness.
later.
Maybe this is it. Maybe this is how she finds true love. Maybe this whole time she just needed to make a bidet how-to video.
Wow.
Sometimes love is only a bidet how-to video away, is what they say.
It's beautiful.
Thanks.
Truly beautiful. And speaking of beautiful, you know how sometimes you're like out in your wildflower meadow, you're trying to milk your goat and it's just not working. And then you realize my hair is a mess. Like, no wonder Kesha isn't giving me milk, like
I hate
I'm
when that happens.
messy. And so The good news is we have an expert here to give us some tips on how to groom, you know, how to get that hair, how to figure it out, especially since now we're back in the olden times where we have to cut our own hair. So please prepare to be inspired and informed by this next guy. He's hilarious. You can find more information about him at stevenchenshow.com and enjoy grooming whilst zooming with comedian Stephen Chen.
Tip and trick for quarantine is to get it groomed. All right, quarantinis. What's up, YouTube? Today we're give a haircut. I initially wanted to use a Flowbee from the 90s and plug it into the vacuum cleaner, but
they shut down deliveries during COVID.
So we're gonna be doing this the organic way with the shears my mom used to give my dog haircuts with. So this is the goods. We got things here. I set this up. This is a 3, and then this says right ear taper and left ear taper, and this is a little buzzer. So I put some extra virgin olive oil. Yeah, this looks like it might be for a different device. Ow! Also, I don't know if it's because it's covered in olive oil. Alright, so we're just gonna eyeball it. That's pretty close, huh? Alex. I think I fucked up big time. Is it just the camera or is that really close? That's like a shave.
That's not the right one. That's not the right one.
None of these fit on here, so I gotta do it this way.
Just stop. Just stop. It's. Let me do it. Let me just do one. Wait, it's really bad.
What if I just shave my head?
You're gonna look weird.
I know, but it's a weird time.
Well,
here, just
how about I clean up this in the back?
Okay, clean up that in the back. So step 2, just get someone to clean that up in the back.
Okay.
Thank you. I got it from here.
Wait.
So I think so what I'm doing now is layering. The technique I've heard people mention. Alright, so I wouldn't advise doing this, but this looks like a pretty standard at-home haircut, to be honest. I think someone would notice if you got this haircut. They'd be like, did you get a haircut? They might actually just say, did you cut your hair? Because it's... Yeah, I don't think this isn't going to fool anyone. We're just trying to get it good enough for a Zoom meeting or a WebEx, you know? I just can't see the back, you know? The back?
Turn around. Turn around.
You turn around. Come over here.
Turn around. Oh.
What do you mean, oh?
You have a big bald patch.
There's a big bald patch? Yeah, that's... Ooh.
Steven, stop.
Help me.
Oh. That's like a buzz cut, you idiot. I don't know what to do. Stop! I don't know what to do. Stop moving! Are you kidding me?
The good thing about hair is it grows back. Donating all this hair to lots of love.
Are you supposed to cut these little end knobs?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, cut the end knobs. Never heard end knobs before. Well, that went, you know, I would say I wouldn't go back to me, but whenever I review for a hair cuttery employee, I say, did they cut, is it shorter? Don't go to a hair cutter and get it longer. Tune in next time for more trips and dips. Tune in next time for more tips and But once you do it with my tips and trips, you'll be, who's a famous hair cutter? Sweeney Todd. I thought maybe they could only see what I could see, you know? But they have a different perspective. So when they're cutting the hair, they can really, you know, they're essential workers, I think. Maybe not quite essential, but you know, it's good that they're closed right now, but but it's essential that you appreciate them.
Wow. I
Wow.
love that. And I would say it was sheer genius.
Yeah. I also would say I wish I had watched that before I gave myself a haircut, and now I have to wear this around like a cancer patient.
Yeah, is it good? It looks good. It looks so natural.
Thank you. Well, you know what? We're just going to keep this on.
We're just gonna keep it on. Okay.
Let's just say I'm glad I now have seen that video. So it'll be better next time.
Yeah, there are some really helpful tips, like about how hair grows back. And also about the nubs. I never heard that terminology, and I love to learn new things. So thank you so much, Stephen. That was amazing.
Yeah. Next time, Stephen, maybe give some balding tips though. Like what do you do if you have a skin yarmulke, you know?
This seems like, Chris, you don't need balding tips because you're already bald. Like it seems like you can
okay. All right. Okay. That's sensitive.
We're all beautiful. Stop it.
Maybe we need to go to the next segment.
Are we fighting?
I mean, I hope not, because we have a very small space here in this yurt.
Yep.
But I have told you to not comment on the.
I'm sorry. It's like everybody yurts sometimes, you know.
It's true. Okay. So next up, we have some tips about how to stay beautiful in captivity. So it does tie in quite a bit to this conversation.
Like I don't need them, but some of our off-camera viewers might. So like just in case to help you out, you know?
Sure. Perhaps. I like to think that everyone is beautiful in their own way. I also like to think that right now, no matter how ugly you might feel, there's ways that you can improve. There's ways that you can make yourself more beautiful. So let's just check it out, okay? So without further ado, we are going to are we introducing Jill? We're gonna play the clip. We're gonna introduce Jill?
I think Jill wants to speak to us.
Okay, Jill wants to speak to us. All right, we're going to introduce our next performer, who is Grassroots Comedy DC's very own Jill Gonzalez, who's going to talk to us a little bit about beauty in captivity. Here she comes. All right.
She's coming.
Oh yeah. I feel her presence already.
I feel her presence.
All right. And she is, here she is.
Here she is. There she is.
Jill.
That's my girl. Okay. Take it away, Jill.
Hi there. Yes, I am coming to you from my dad's living room to yours. Not only talking about staying beautiful, but staying beautiful like it's your job, which it kind of is mine. So I hope you guys all enjoy. Thank you for joining. Donate to Dash, and I'll see you on the other side in person. I'm on TV for a living, on channels like CNBC and Fox Business, you know, the ones on mute in your dentist and financial advisor's office. So the transition to comedy has been easy for me because I'm just used to white men not listening to me all day. But even from home, the show must go on, so here's how I set up for a TV interview from home. I'm quarantining at my parents' home in New Jersey. so all of my options already have necklaces attached to them. Step 2 is lighting. I need to look young enough to keep being on TV, but also maximum Hispanic so that producers still reach their quotas.
No. Cancel rent.
I need a boost to be camera level, so I use my old high school yearbooks for some lift. This means it only took a pandemic for me to sit on your face again, Jared.
Jared, I miss you.
My dad keeps the thermostat at 75 degrees Fahrenheit, so I need to tell the viewers that it's not coronavirus, it's just heat stroke. Now you just need to teach your interviewer how to use technology. It's like helping your parents use Skype or Zoom, but you need to be nicer so you get paid.
Okay. You're recording the call also?
Yeah.
Can you send me a link in case I screw this up to my email?
Yep.
I'll probably screw it up. Anyway.
Wow. I feel it's just, okay, Jill, it's hard to watch Jill because not only is she successful and funny, but she is very beautiful, you know?
I noticed that. I did notice that.
You noticed that? I noticed that. And it's like, you know, some people are just more naturally beautiful than others. And like, I'm not mad or jealous because like, that's her path. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's her path. And like, that's great for her.
Yeah.
So that's great. But I'm just feeling a little disempowered.
No, you're empowered, Dana.
I'm just a little disempowered.
No, okay. We're gonna have a power hour after this, Dana.
Okay.
We gotta boost up our own beauty and confidence because we're also very beautiful. Okay.
That's true.
Just because Jill is, Jill, be us.
But the good news is, like, I don't even think I need an empower hour. I think I might just need an empower minute. So I'm excited to introduce our next delightful and very talented guest, Oogie Boogie, who will be sharing in some empower minute with us. So please, it'll be transcendent. Please enjoy.
Can't wait. Okay, so a few things. First of all, ever since you made that in our yurt a few weeks ago, Dana, I have been watching that every single morning. That's the first thing I do. I wake up and I watch that, and I am brave. I am brave, and when I'm not, I watch that again. And boy, does it make me feel good. It's just like a shot of uppers and Xanax at the same time. You know, turn on NPR and watch that video.
Brave. I mean, all I can say is brave, and we're all feeling empowered.
Yeah.
Wow, really amazing stuff. But now I'm almost too amped up. You know what I mean? And like, I don't want to be so amped at this hour. I want to bring it down.
Sure.
And get a little more zen, you know? Do you think someone might be able to help with that, Chris?
I sure hope so. And you know what? Now that you mention it, turns out we have that very person. So this is actually very exciting.
Wow.
Elizabeth Norman is a comedian in the DC and Baltimore area. She is very funny, and she is here and going to lead us through a guided meditation. So we're going to bring her on. She'll help get you guys ready Okay, make sure you're in a comfortable place and you're sitting up straight, and well, she'll walk you through the rest, I'm sure. So without further ado, please welcome Elizabeth Norman.
Thank you. Yes. Okay. So
comes.
excited to see her. Okay.
Yes, me too.
Elizabeth, are you with us? Okay, I see her. She's coming. She's coming.
Oh my God, the anticipation. There's so much anticipation right now. There she is.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, Elizabeth. Thanks for being here.
I'm so happy to be here. I know things can get kind of crazy right now. Everything's so up in the air, but I think it's really important to have some moments of calm, some moments of relaxation, which is why I've created the following guided meditation. So you can follow along at home. Hopefully you're wearing comfortable clothes. I'm personally wearing a jumpsuit that lets me move. But just take a moment, kind of clear your mind and take some deep breaths and listen to this guided meditation. We can start the video. It'd be wonderful. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Norman. We're talking about wellness today, and we're thinking about not just the wellness of our body, but the wellness of our minds. One way that we can promote our internal wellness is through meditation. Let's begin. We're going to begin by quieting our minds, letting the chaos of the world be blocked out. We're going to begin by closing our eyes and focusing on our breath. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. As you breathe, we are going to reflect on our current moment, this sense of suspended animation that we find ourselves in. But in that suspense, there is also room for calm. Breathe in and out. As you breathe, imagine yourself inside of a nest, warm and dark. As you breathe, breathing in and out, the nest breathes with you. We are all a part, an essential part of an abundant flow, an infinite love that spreads all around us. And that infinite flow is full of spiders. Breathe in and out. You are inside of an egg sac, and you are just a teeny tiny baby spider. You are surrounded by thousands and thousands of other little tiny baby spiders, all caught up in the same egg sac. Breathe in and out. At other moments in your life, you may have felt alone or sad or hopeless, but now you are part of a family, and that family is made up of thousands of spiders that are crawling all over your body. Imagine the tickle of all of their little tiny legs as they crawl up your legs and your arms, into your ears and around your mouth. Hear their little feet as they scuttle around. They're your siblings, and they will stay with you forever. You can't get rid of them because they are your family. Breathe in and out. You and your spider siblings are currently all inside of one big dark egg sac, crawling all over each other. Thank your egg sac for holding you and protecting you, for keeping you safe from the outside world. Thank you. Thank you for holding me. Thank you for protecting me. Tell your egg sac that you love it. I love you. I love you. But soon, and hopefully sooner than we know, you will all be ready to spill out of the sack, scurrying and scuttling all over this bright new world. But not yet. Stay safe.
Wow, I just want to say,
holy shit, is that over?
Thank you, egg sac, that I'm in.
Oh God, I was really relaxed there for a second.
You didn't even notice. You're too busy thanking the sack.
No, I don't want to thank any sacks.
Well, that's what our expert told us to do, but I knew it was good from the first time I spied her across the room. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that she was going to be a winner.
Okay, I think I need therapy a little bit.
We all do.
We do that, but more of it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, can we play another video? Something else to get into my head. That was a roller coaster. I don't really know how to process it, but maybe I will be happy.
The egg sack, Chris. That's what you're supposed to do to process it. It was quite instructive.
Okay, thank you, egg sacks. Okay, so our next person, I don't think he has anything to do with egg sacks, so we're gonna find out. This guy is the person who's helping to make the production of this spectacular thing happen. He's fantastic. He's going to talk to us a little bit about how to cope with hope. With no further ado, please welcome our very own Mr. Scott Williams.
Hey, welcome. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I'm terribly traumatized by that egg sack video. That's absolutely phenomenal. How I never came across that meditation, it's independently, is just wild. But thank you so much for letting me be on this spider egg sack show and be with my spider siblings. In fact, I think, you know, I'm not saying all spiders look the same, but, you know, we do have multiple sides of ourselves. So that's what my video is about, coming up now. All right, please put your hands together for our next guest. Hey, hey, this way. Here, help yourself.
Don't mind if I do.
So, as you know, coronavirus is a very real threat.
Yeah, coronavirus is real. It's a bad, bad thing. But, if you didn't know, there is a cure. Whiskey. Some of this. And it's like the whole thing never happened. Oh, is that so? Okay, well, what about for Americans working at home? Great question. Just drink your coffee. Yeah. Coffee. Right. Right, okay. Well, what advice do you have to give to those who aren't working at home? It's a question I'm asked a lot, but you have to uncap it first. Like so. And then you pour. All right, well, I think we're a little short on time, so thanks for... There's nobody else coming because of quarantine. Got it. Okay, well, it looks like we're just gonna keep rolling. Whoops. Keep rolling. We got this, America. We got through Calvin and Hobbes' last comic strip. We got through Star Wars Episode 1, 2, and 3. And the ending of Game of Thrones. We got those things. We've got coronavirus. Just stay at home, social distance, and stay liquored up. Stay liquored up. I'll drink to that, if you will, America. Stay liquored up.
Wow. Now that was maybe our most instructive video yet, because it really inspired me to action. You know, like there's a clear call to action there, and it's alcohol. So that all makes sense.
Way ahead of you, Dana. Yeah. This is mine. You stay the fuck away from it. This is for me. Okay, so we're just moving right along. We're moving right along. We're going on a journey, much like this is taking me down. So speaking of journeys, Dana, do you want to talk about the journey?
This is our penultimate segment. That means second to last. Learn something new every day. You know what I'm saying? And So we are joined by two hilarious gentlemen, and they are part of the Speechless team. So Speechless is a live improvised PowerPoint show that typically happens in person. And it's led here in DC by local comedians Josh Kuderna, Pete Bergen, and Tim Miller over at Draft House. And so what we asked them to do is, talk to us about taking a journey within, since we can't go out right now. What would that look like? So they decided to go ahead and share that with us, but they had never seen these slides before. So what you're seeing is them improvise this PowerPoint presentation, but you won't even know because it's all going to be so meaningful and seamless. So please enjoy the journey and the vision.
Enjoy the journey and the vision
of Josh Kuderna and Pete Bergen.
And Pete, this next slide, I think I'm going to let you take the lead on this one. And
well, yeah, absolutely. Like my current situation is I'm out of work and my wife is working from home. So we're just trying to stay out of each other's way.
Right.
More than anything, like just tripping over each other is getting old. But when we do run into each other or we get like maybe a little bit sick of each other, I think this next slide is going to show how we like to handle that.
Right here.
Yeah, exactly. So twerking. I mean, it's a way to stay fit, but it's a way to keep silly.
Yeah.
Not get bogged down in, like you said, what's going on in the world. Sometimes in the middle of the day, she'll wrap up a conference call at work and I'll be walking around. I'll just look at her and she'll look at me and it's on.
It's on. It's on. Well, I mean, what is a twerk if not an invitation, right? Speaking of journeys, go on a twerk journey, maybe with yourself, maybe with others. And I will say, I've heard about this. I don't have my own account or anything, but OnlyFans as well. So I mean,
if you look at the graph, Josh, it's going to go up. If you get good at it, and when I say good, I don't mean you have to be the best twerker. You don't have to be in a video. I just mean committing to it. If you're going to really commit to the twerk, you get yourself an OnlyFans. All right, we'll link it after the show to mine. And there's revenue to be had. All right, people will pay to see it, and if you really get good, you can get some sponsors for it. So it's bringing people together, and it's another possible revenue stream.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that again, you're stuck at home, but it doesn't mean you can't venture out in other ways, whether it's within or God bless the internet, right? I mean, the Spanish flu, they didn't have the internet. You weren't able to make connections. And I think this next slide is going to kind of speak to that, right? Now,
exactly. Connections.
That's what we want to do. We might feel isolated inside, but that doesn't mean you can't reach out to somebody that hypothetically gives you a lot of money to watch you twerk online via your OnlyFans account.
And it doesn't have to be somebody that you're like, that's in your network. It could be like, let me broaden myself. All right. Look at these two. All right. If you see them as individuals, you're like, they're not going to be friends.
No.
Right. No. But look at them there. They look like they're having the absolute best time. So like, take this opportunity. You know what? I've talked to more people outside of where I live now than I did before. It's just a way to bring people together. So broaden your horizons.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. You have the opportunity, go for it. And I think this next slide is something as well, keeping that theme of going for it right there. Right there. You tell your significant other, now's not the time to get fat.
Josh, I've lost 25 pounds since this started, okay?
Since the conversation started.
Yeah, absolutely. So, staying fit, because you know what? If the body stays sharp, the mind stays sharp. You know how it is? You get sedentary, you get stuck in a routine. All of a sudden, apathy perpetuates apathy. Start moving.
Yes.
All right. It's going to bring you together even more.
Yeah. And I'm talking to my wife, Carol, on that one. And I hope she's watching. Okay.
Yeah. Take a hint, Carol.
Okay. I mean, I'm not here to body shame, but also, you know.
Sooner or later, we're going to be allowed to go back out into the world. Right. And Josh, I think this next slide is like, you said you had a game plan. The first thing you're going to do when you get outside this quarantine is this next slide.
This is it right here. But,
yep.
Here's the thing. nobody's perfect. And, you know, maybe you want to do drugs. Maybe that's the first thing I do after this, because I'm not high now and I wouldn't endorse it.
All right. The thing is, if things don't go according to plan, all right, there's no need to go to pieces, right? Keep it together. You got this. It's like, you can repeat this. So like, yeah, sure, you had a game plan. You were going to go out. You told me you were going to go to the mall and just sit there and watch the world go by because you missed that sort of human connection. All right.
Absolutely do.
Don't go to pieces. All right. If you do go to the mall, get high. Go to the mall.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Through the power of the Lord and the power of the mall, whatever it is, anything, you can achieve anything, right? And even if you run into some hiccups, like, okay, this slide was not ideal, but here is a mantra that we can live by, I think, right here. Okay. You know, where it's, you don't feel great, but this is something we say, okay? Like, if you got to work on the bikini bod, sure, those are made in the off season, but also you got to enjoy yourself a little bit too, right? I mean,
treat yourself to a bottle of ranch, and that's a metaphor, right? Like, clearly most people aren't going to do that, but if you want to, do it. No judgment, all right? Knock it back. The ranch is a metaphor for living carefree, all right? That guy's judging that person right there, right? And he's not living a complete life.
Right. So that brings us to the mantra here, which we always say, and we're going to go back and forth on this one because it's one of our faves. But I'll start it off. Having
everyone
all
lounging
together
helps.
It does. It does.
Right? What I'm going through. So yeah. Thanks for enjoying the show. When it comes back live, where can they catch us, Josh?
The DC Draft House every month, the fourth Thursday. If we come back from this, wear your gas mask when you do.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Amazing, because it's like, we're all travelers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not literally, because right now we're stuck at home.
Don't travel. Absolutely. Just
if
don't.
you travel, I will find you and I will fight you.
No, you won't, because you're not.
I will lose because I'm very physically weak.
You're also not going to probably go anywhere. But
I'm finding you. Don't do it unless you're wearing a mask. Then you can do it, but only locally, like to your organic grocery co-op.
Yeah.
Or bust.
Yeah. You know what I bought at a co-op? This plant. Isn't that nice?
That is nice. I like the way that it keeps disappearing because we're in the Matrix.
I know, but not for you because you're right here.
Yeah, exactly. You're in the Matrix with us all. So we have, we've heard a lot about meditation, wellness, de-stressing, but the world's bigger than that. The world's bigger, and that's why I am so delighted that our friends at Church Night were able to share a spiritual message with us, because 100% of everyone is Christian, and especially me, Dana Flightman. And so this really, I think, is going to resonate with everybody. And then I think it's followed by some tips from you. Isn't that right, Chris?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. Yes. So we are going to get some spiritual wellness. We've heard a lot of tips from a lot of people, but we haven't yet heard from Jesus. So we're going to hear what Jesus has to say, specifically what Jesus has to say about a different approach with the coronavirus, how to take the virus on, how to stand up to the virus and say, you know what, virus, enough is enough. No, thanks. No, we're not gonna take it.
No
more. And then we're going to move on to some tips from me on how to listen to the news without losing your mind.
Then we're going to wrap up and conclude. So thanks for sticking with us.
Guys, just a little bit more. Thanks. Get ready for Jesus. Here he comes. We are looking at a G-chat, looking at a G-chat. Don't want to look at a G-chat. Why are we looking at a G-chat? Not quite sure.
Previously on Church Night.
Church Night has been thinking a lot about how much the COVID is impacting our community, right? Reverend Bidet, Randy, and I would like to go over some best practices.
That's right, Kathy.
Be sure to cover your face with your arm or a tissue if you need to cough or sneeze. Oh my God.
Holy fuck, Kathy, it's right here, it's in the room.
Bidet, we've got to do something. This is our chance to make a difference for once.
Kathy, no, don't anger it.
It's time for us to get inside of it.
Oh, I'm all wet. Ow.
Bidet, I got the controls.
Kathy, you're flying this thing. You're really flying it.
Hey, somebody had to grab this situation by the balls, and Lord knows I love me some balls.
What's happening?
The flight management system is going haywire.
God damn it, Randy, you spilled a whole bottle of Pinot Grigio on the fucking guidance system.
And didn't even bother to share it with us.
I got it, Kathy. Reverted to manual control. You're flying again. Where are we going to put down this damn coronavirus?
Right there.
The mouth of an active volcano.
It's the only way. T-minus 10 seconds until impact.
Oh, my Lord. Randy, wait. I've never been very nice to you. And I just want to say that it's because I don't like you very much and you deserve it.
Coronavirus, you've canceled too much in our lives. Now it's time for us to cancel you. Well, that's one gone at least.
Wow, that was all kinds of a lot of things. Yeah, you know what? I have to say, not the message I expected to hear from Jesus, but I learned a lot. And yeah, I feel. But
it's also like, what would Jesus do? And it's probably find each coronavirus individually,
Sure.
attack it, and then put it in a volcano mouth. I mean, that's like right from John 50, whatever. I mean, you know, we all know the passage, so I'm not going to cite it.
The 2 Corinthians, and it attacked the coronavirus.
Yeah.
That something goes something like that. I think we're very, very Christian. So, hey, not speaking of Christianity, I guess we were, but we're not anymore because we're going to talk about the news. There's been a lot of news lately. I don't know if you all have noticed.
Too much.
And not enough Xanax, am I right? So I have been working on some pro tips on how to take in the news without, you know, killing yourself or anyone else around you. Just continuing to live your life while being informed. So this is our very last video. Thanks everybody for sticking with us. Looks like we have 53 viewers left, so that's awesome. That's great. Hang tight, and we'll be right back to wrap everything up. So
wrap it up. Send you on your way.
Scott.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. I'm just here, sitting in the bathtub, farting, reading a book. Oh, excuse me. People have been asking me lately. They've been saying, hey, Chris, how are you so relaxed right now? Are you even paying attention to the news? And I'll say, absolutely. I want to stay informed. You see, after a series of trials and tribulations over the past 6 weeks, I have formulated a 3-method approach to take in the news while not losing your mind. Method 1. Find a cute animal to tell you the news. It's the same information, but it's adorable and it's hard to be stressed out when it's so freaking cute. Bonus points if it's the dog of your co-host, Dana.
Labor Department has just released unemployment figures for last week. CNN chief business correspondent Christine Romans has the numbers. So, Christine?
Another awful week. 4.4 million jobs. 4.4 million people filed for the first time for unemployment benefits in the week. And when you look at the last 5 weeks, more than 26 million people, 26.4 million people have gone to their state unemployment offices or websites and filed for the first time for jobless benefits.
Method 2. Give your mother a Zoom call and just have her stay on the line while you take in the news. It'll make you feel much better.
Good evening, everyone. Americans getting mixed messages tonight at a time we can ill afford it. COVID cases are exploding, doubling every few days in some communities in this country. Now with calls at the state level growing louder and more insistent for Americans to isolate, President Trump, focused on boosting the economy, is talking about ways to get back to business soon. Who says this is no time to lower our goals.
Hey, I just wanted to tell you that I love you and I'm really proud of you. So proud about the way you've grown up to be such an admirable man you're so witty and creative and smart and nice looking. Yeah. So I'm just really proud of you.
Oh, thank you, Mom. Oh, wow. That really means a lot. Thank you so much for saying that.
Yeah, you're just so kind. See, I'm wondering, I'm having a problem setting up my Zoom for a church meeting I'm planning, and I'm wondering if you could help me with that. Yeah.
Sorry, Mom, you're breaking up a little.
I'm having a little problem setting up my Zoom. Can you hear me? I'm having a little problem with my Zoom.
You're breaking up, Mom. I gotta go. Sorry. You're breaking up. Okay, bye. Method 3. Some combination of the following things. Do as many of them as possible, as much as possible.
American officials are still playing at the very low end of the kinds of interventions in daily life that may be tried at some point, that may be necessary to try to steer this pandemic away from its worst case trajectories. In recent days, we have seen Italy, for example, go from trying to quarantine the whole northern part of the country to ordering a nationwide quarantine of everyone in the country. Tens of millions of people ordered by their government, all Italian citizens ordered by their government to stay inside and avoid gatherings of any kind. Weddings and funerals banned.
And there you have it, folks. The 3-method approach of things you can do to take in the news while not going absolutely insane.
Wow, Chris, we really saw a lot of you there.
Yeah, more than I expected people to see of me, actually. Did a lot of takes and had to do a lot of cropping. I'll put it that way.
That's cool. That's cool. It's like you want to be spiritually naked and also like literally naked sometimes. Like sometimes it's like the body and the soul have to connect.
Yeah, definitely worth 10 hours, that video. Definitely. I hope you guys worth it.
Well, we want to thank you all so much. This was our pilot episode, so had a few little hitches here and there, went a little longer than we expected, but we really, really appreciate you sticking around, supporting local comedy, as well as raising some money from the District Alliance for State Housing, which is such an amazing organization doing such critical work. So if you haven't already, please do go ahead and donate to Dash using the link being shared on YouTube. We are planning to tweak, refine, and then do another drill down show probably May 7th. So
it'll be on May 7th. Mark your calendars. It'll be May 7th. Dana needs a little more positivity. It's May 7th.
It's gonna be May 7th. It's happening because we'll definitely still be stuck in. So I'm gonna think positive. We'll still be trapped here. This will be your only source of entertainment for the day, and we will be there. So thank you all so much for sticking with us, for joining. Thanks to the comedians who contributed their hilarious videos. We know those take a long time to make. And please just stay well out there. Okay. So with that, you can take us out, Scott.
Namaste.
Grassroots Comedy Show. Thanks for coming and being a part of the comedic resistance.
Okay, bye.
Bye.